right, let's talk about Star Wars for the third time, really. Well, this is the third take on this because first time I boomered and didn't have the microphone plugged in. Then I plugged it in and forgot to I forgot to click on, so it was blinking and I was getting nothing recorded. So we're going to do it again. So we're going to talk about Star Wars, which I got to say, even if the videos don't get high views, people are really interested in the video. They watch it from start to end. Good watch time, good interaction on them. So I see that people like them. I like talking about Star Wars, especially the fact that we got the new movie coming out. Lots of new stuff coming out on that. And then Galaxy's Edge, which I think I'm going to try to go to. So I went to Bubba Fest, which is a con in Tennessee. Had a good time. And because, the YouTube channel is technically a business, it's like I can go do these things and just write it all off as tax breaks. Just did my taxes, by the way, and included the flight and hotel and the ticket and all that stuff. And it's like, well, I can just write this up. By the way, I don't understand how a lot of these idiots like Len Cara and DSP, they do these big tax streams. Don't pay for people's taxes. I can't believe people just throw these guys massive amounts of money. It's ridiculous. First off, they're irresponsible. Like every quarter I do my taxes. And you just when Google pays you, you take a chunk out and you put it away for taxes. It's I don't know, being an adult or something. Maybe that's just me thinking that way. I don't know. But anyway, this was hilarious. TSA banned Star Wars Galaxy's Edge merchandise. Galaxy's Edge, though, is a joke from what I hear. It's practically empty. I saw videos from, I think, Geeks and Gamers and Neurotic, and they were walking around Galaxy's Edge, and man, it was empty. It was empty. The one in Orlando opens soon, though. And I'm thinking I might try to go down there in a month or two. I'll let it get colder, so then there's a reason to go down there. Nice and cold here. Be hot there. It's a good trade-off. And see how it's doing in 2 months. Will people show up? Let's see. So apparently they have these drinks here that are shaped like grenades. It does not a good look. And you can't get them on TSA flights, which is quite humorous. Quite humorous. When you design this stuff, I guess you wouldn't have thought about it. I don't know. These look like they're reusable, so they would be fun to have. They look like the Star Wars grenades, which is funny. Thermal detonators. Thermal detonators, I think, is what they're supposed to be. And apparently, you can't take this on a plane, which makes sense if you look at it. Think about it. You go to TSA, and you have this in your suitcase, and it goes through. You're not going to see Coca-Cola, Sprite, or any of that stuff on there. It's going to look like a thermal detonator, and they're going to stop you. And apparently they're going to take it very, very seriously as well, according to this report. So we see right here, more bad news for Disney, as it has learned that the Federal Transportation Security Administration has banned certain merchandise that is available exclusively at Star Wars Galaxy Edge theme park from being carried onto flights. Responding to questions on Twitter, the TSA stated that Coca-Cola exclusive thermal detonator themed bottles that look like grenades for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge were against policy. And they got a quote from them. Thanks for asking. Replica and inert explosives aren't allowed in either carry-on or checked bags. They responded to a question of the Coke bottles, and you can't put them in suitcases. Another person questioned further if it's okay to put it in luggage with the regular cap and empty. But again, TSA said they would be against the rules. Even with a normal body cap, this item is still considered a replica, and is not allowed in carry-on or checked bags. If our officers discover a replica item during a screening and believe it's real, the item will be treated as such until advised otherwise by law enforcement, TSA responded. Now, they don't talk about, so could you carry it out of the bag? That doesn't get answered here, and I don't think anybody answered that question as we go through it. When I was looking at it, I don't think anybody answered that question. So that would be something that I would want to know. So if I'm carrying it on, because these are kind of cool, I actually think, if you're a big fan of Star Wars. So I could I don't even know if I would use it again, but I still think they look kind of cool. I would want to keep one if I bought one. I would keep it. So can I take it out of the carry-on? And, you know, when you take a flight, you get the little gray bins. You put your wallet and your phone and your shoes, in most cases, in it. Can I put that in there, you know? Can I put that in the little gray bin that people can look at it? That'd be a question I would have asked. I don't think they did follow up on that, but I think that's worth asking. So, Star Wars Galaxy Edge Coke bottle is against that policy. The banning of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge merchandise and flights comes when it is also learned that attendance is down, with rumors offering that Disney may rebrand the exhibit, as both Disney and people that have visited the park have confirmed it's basically dead. The news is also a blow to Disney merchandise, which has been on a steady decline following the release of The Last Jedi. We can probably assume that those visitors from outside the state of California who will fly no longer purchase the collectible Coke bottles, or at least they will have to send them back home through regular mail. And that's another thing you could do as well. I've done that on trips. Find something that I like. You know, if it's too big, you can always just mail it. So that is an option. But that is something that I would ask. And so here are those tweets right here. Nobody asks, like, okay, so can I, you know, take it out, put it in a little gray bin? I think that's a good question that nobody asked here and would be worth talking about. But this is interesting because it's another blow to Galaxy's Edge, which is doing terribly. That rumor about them rebranding, one of the things I heard is they were going to turn it into Agrabah from Aladdin, which could work. You'd have to shut it down for a minute, but at the same time, like, is that going to make up for the cost of this? This is like $1 billion theme park down the drain because no one's there. If it had been the original trilogy, which I saw in another video, people were talking about it, I think there would have been a lot more excitement. At least put those original trilogy elements in there, but they decided to go full on, you know, Disney Star Wars, which was a huge mistake that nobody wants. Nobody wants the new trilogy. There's no nostalgia there. You know, it needs to encompass all of Star Wars, all 3 trilogies. That's how you make it successful. But you need to have more of the focus on the original trilogy, because that's the trilogy that's close to everybody's hearts. So that's what you needed to do, but they didn't do that. They decided, well, we want to push these new characters, the all-inclusive characters. Fat Rose Tico, got her. She's there. Admiral Holder, or whatever her name is, purple hair general, got her. She's there. Don't you want to see her? Isn't that your favorite Star Wars character? It should be. What's wrong with you? You an ismphobe? Because, you know, everybody that doesn't like the new Star Wars movies is, of course, an ismphobe of some type, some kind. Doesn't matter. You're every one of them for some reason. They'll find a way. But anyway, I actually thought that the D23 trailer, the stuff they showed, I thought some of it was kind of interesting. A lot of people were going crazy about Darkseid Rey, which I thought was stupid, because the first thing when I saw this was obviously a vision. And it got confirmed from Lucasfilm themselves, who leaked it out on some website. And it's like, oh, Rey received a mysterious vision. I think it was for an action figure or something. I don't know. But either way, it got leaked out. They messed up and spoiled it for everybody. So now it's like, well, I guess we know this is fake. I do think she's going to get a double-sided saber, because she got trained with a staff. I think she got, with a staff from the first one. So I do think that she'll end up with a double-sided staff. It would make sense. That'd look cool, too. So we'll see what happens. But either way, I actually did like a little bit what I saw from that. I guess we'll see if it's good or not. I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in Disney. But anyway, I did want to touch on that real quick because I thought that was funny. But anyway, if you go to the Galaxy's Edge theme park, be careful what you take home. Make sure that you can put it in your bag. If not, to be safe, maybe put it in the little gray basket. You know, have it out in the open so they can take a look at it and go, oh, what's this Coca-Cola? Or tweet at the Twitter account that they have. It was Ask TSA, and you'll be able to find out for sure if you're okay or not. Better than be safe than miss your flight. Anyway, Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video so this gets out and helps people. Also, check out the links in the description. Trying to build my Twitch up. We are almost to 1K. Really want to get to 1K. That'd be really awesome. And that's pretty much it. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.